Not what's best for Chilltown, not what's best for...
Okay, Boogie, I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
I have one personal beef.
And it's James.
No.
No? Okay.
And it's not you or Doc.
Who? Erica?
It's another person. The personal beef that's big.
Erica?
No.
Howie?
No.
Danielle? Why do you have a personal beef with Danielle?
There's a matter of trust in this game, Boogie.
Right?
All right, Boogie, I'm going to lay it on the line for you.
Okay.
Do you remember when you come downstairs and we were sitting out on the couch? Do you remember me and Danielle were sitting out on the...
When is this?
Yesterday.
Okay.
Me and her were sitting outside on the chair.
Okay.
Okay? And do you remember I was talking to her like I normally do in the morning. She told me to vote out Erica, that you'd come and got her in the middle of the night.
Over Marcellus?
Over Marcellus. That's why, weren't you surprised when I asked you that question?
I'm sorry, so much time has gone by in here. So many things have happened.
I go, Boogie, what's changed? Don't you remember me asking you that question?
Because they fought?
She was trying to get me to vote Erica, and then that would have left me hanging out to dry. She has no idea I was talking to you guys first.
Right.
So she was trying to set me up.
To be the one that Erica would stay and then be one vote against her.
Right, and then it would be me.
So what was your idea with the nominations today?
I figured Erica was safe at 6-0. I said, there's no way Erica will go. You put James up because I know you guys. You guys want James out too. At least I think.
But you don't want Danielle out? I mean, you didn't want to nominate Danielle?
I'm holding back.
So,
but I got lied to, Boogie.
Yeah.
I got lied to, Boogie. And I got set up.
I mean, I can see why that would bother you. But did you not nominate her because you wanted to, backdoor? Or...
I don't think backdooring would be the quick word. I needed time to think it over.
Yeah, you don't want to make an enemy out of her. That's why we haven't really dealt with her yet.
But you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I got lied to.
Yeah. I guess I could see why she... I mean, let me think now, because so much has gone on, my head's spinning. Is it possible... Wait a minute, this was this morning, right? Is it possible...
No, it was yesterday morning.
Oh, yesterday morning.
I remember you come and got her out of bed and you went in the back room back there.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I know you told her to vote Marcellus.
Right.
She come that morning, she goes, Boogie told me to vote out Erica.
No, that was never happening in my mind. I will vote Erica out, but it's not because of that. I mean, at some point she has to go. Look.
But you see where I'm coming from. Yeah. I got a personal...
Here's the thing. One thing I've always liked about Danielle, and Will has liked about Danielle, is she is hell-bent on taking out Janelle and Howie. She knows how fucking dangerous they are. I don't know exactly what her relationship is with James. I'm not sure.
Oh, they're tight. Because let me tell you this, is I've watched them at night, and James also told me that him and Danielle are real close.
Mm-hmm. I mean...
So let me give you this scenario.
Okay.
What about if it was Danielle and James in the hot seat?
The thing is, if you do that, you're setting yourself up for Janelle and Howie to have a lot of power. If the problem is you weren't setting up... I don't mind whispering. You can see that on here. What we had to do to fucking get them to put up Marcellus instead of you was it was hard. It was really hard. Like I told you what Doc did, it was...
That's why you and Doc weren't even... There was no way, because I don't have any alliances, Boogie.
Yeah, we have us.
That's what I'm saying. You would come and talk to me and stuff like that there.
Yeah.
Because these guys would have their
Well, now they want to talk to you.
Their meetings and
yeah,
everything else like that.
The thing is, George, you saw last season, right?
Right.
I mean,
well,
obviously Danielle's a good player, James is a good player, Janelle is a good player. To me, Janelle, there is something I'm so fearful about leaving her in this game. I really am really fearful about leaving her in this game because she's good at weird stuff. Do you know what they do at night when we all go to bed?
They do Jedi drilling.
Yeah. I mean, she's counting the squares. She's studying I mean, I don't want to be in a contest when it's down to the final 4 or the final 5, and me and you and Will are up against her and Howie, or her and Danielle, or you know what I mean. The thing is right now, Erica, Danielle, James, believe it or not, me and Will are all deathly afraid of Janelle. Obviously, Howie's not. You take Janelle away from Howie. Well, wouldn't you like to be squared up against Howie? Danielle she's a dangerous player. James is a dangerous player.
Why would she? And she actually was going to throw out Erica. So what type of an alliance do I got?
Well, that's the thing is, don't consider her an alliance. Just consider, sometimes they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Right.
You can't do anything about, it's going to be hard to do something about Danielle. Because if Erica takes herself off against James, it's kind of 6-1 after that.
My move tonight wasn't bad at all then.
No, you put 2 good players in the seats. Look, everybody's got to go. At the end of the day, there's 7 people in the way of you winning this money. Myself included. So you have to try to set yourself. But what I don't want to see you do is, go for some big bang thing right now when someone like Danielle's not even coming after you. She's going after them. She wanted to win that thing. What would have been best for you would have been to dump that question.
I tried.
I know. Because she would have put up Janelle and Howie and said right to their face, and then one of them would have gone to the jury and mad, and then if the other one went home in the next 3 or 4 evictions, they would have went mad, and then you could have been fine sitting next to Danielle in the end. You know what I mean? It's you got to think of the big picture, and the problem right now is Danielle is kind of liked. James is not as disliked as you think because he is willing to leave Howie and Janelle. I know you have a bit of a thing left over from when you nominated him, what have you, but don't go stabbing one big person right now and not thinking about the big picture in the end. See how tonight goes. Sleep on it. Don't let everybody pressure you. But I think you need to seriously consider if someone wins the POV that is willing to, obviously if one of the 2 nominees win, but Janelle is ripe for the picking. Because the problem is, next week she's back playing HOH. Next week she has a chance, she'll probably get picked for POV. Because next week everybody's going to play POV. Imagine trying to get her out when she can win HOH and she can win POVs. She has 2 chances at immunity. And that girl's good. It's going to be pretty rare that she's going to lose 2 competitions in a row. And even the thing is, and I'll tell you, she's the one of the group that thinks you're the threat the most. Howie, he's just oh, you don't have to worry about Chicken George. But she's worried about you. She's the one who will nominate you and Danielle next week. Not next week, Sunday night, Saturday night, whatever night this goes down. She's a badass bitch. And the thing is, Danielle will not do that. She has a fucking agenda, and it's always better to have more people in the house that are after other people. So, play the POV, see how things go. Obviously, I'll tell you what everybody's going to do. Will is probably going to throw it. Howie is going to try and win it and not use it. Danielle will try and win it and save James, I bet. Erica and James will try to win it for themselves. And then you need to decide what you think is best for you. Keep in mind, your best bet, if you do want to consider, even if it is Danielle you want to take out, but if it's Janelle you want to consider, or anybody else, probably better to let someone else win it, so then you kind of can be oh, well, I have to pick somebody else. Because if you win it, and you want to replace your nominee, you're going to be looked at as directly being responsible for that person leaving.
Good point, Boogie.
So, but keep in mind, think of what everybody's going to do. You know, Howie, if he wins it, is not going to use it. So you need to be sure that if it's between you and Howie in the end of tonight, and you want to change one of your nominations,
Howie.
you got to win.
So